Now, I was talking about the productivity. In case of earlier system, there is a very high rate of tax. But if you talk about GST, the rate of tax is only 28%, not 150 or 200% like that in case of we're talking about the earlier system. Because of that reason, what happens here is, which helps the small entrepreneur to expand their business, which contribute for increasing production or productivity of the nation. Next important objective here is subsume all indirect tax. Now we are supposed to know what is the subsume. Banning all indirect tax. Only one tax, indirect tax, which is called as what? GST. It's commonly called as subsuming. If you talk about the earlier system, there are so many taxes, KVAT, CVAT, CST, that, this and all, so many taxes. All the taxes are banned. One nation, one tax. Next important objective here is consumption-based tax. Consumption-based tax. Now we are supposed to know what is the consumption-based tax. At the time of consumption, the tax is going to get collected. That means the tax will be collected from the ultimate customers. The next important objective here is uniform GST registration. Now we are supposed to know what do you mean by uniform registration. In case of earlier system, if you are running a business in Karnataka, you are supposed to register in Karnataka. If you want to run your business even in Tamil Nadu, then you are supposed to register in Tamil Nadu also. If you want to run your business in Andhra Pradesh, then you are supposed to register there also. But if you talk about the GST, if you register once, then we can possible to sell your product throughout India. Single window system. Here there is no multiple registration. One nation, one for one business plan, one registration. And the next one is called as eliminate cascading effect. We are supposed to know what are the cascading effects. If you talk about the earlier system, there is a question of cascading. Cascading means double taxation. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಚಕ್ರ ಬಡ್ಡಿದ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ is commonly called as a cascading effect. If you talk about the GST, there is no tax on tax. Only one tax, which is called as a GST. There is no tax on tax. That system can't possible to find. So the main intention of introduction of GST here is to avoid cascading effect, which means double taxation. These are the important objectives of GST. Try to understand here. These are the important objectives of GST. With the help of these objectives, we can possible to create what are the features of GST. We can possible to create what are the features. How to create here is, the first one is called as cascading effect. Cascading effect is one of the important feature of GST. Cascading effect. What I'm telling is right or wrong? Increase the productivity. To increase, there is also features. One nation, one tax. You are supposed to change this point according to the requirement. According to the requirement. At the same time, we can possible to create even advantages from this. What are the advantages of introduction of GST? If we talk about that, we can by these points we can possible to make 10 or 15 points. 10 or 15 points. The first advantage, increase the productivity of the nations. Is it correct or wrong? Second one, which avoids the cascading effect, which reduces the economic destructions. Objective in the barrier, objective barrier advantage barrier, just you're supposed to change. If you know all these if you know these objectives, you can possible to write what are the features, we can possible to write what are the functions, we can possible to write what are the advantages, we can possible to write answer the question like why the GST got introduced, what is the purpose of GST, what is the purpose of GST. For that also you can possible to get answer in this particular objectives. So the next concept here is the schemes under GST. Schemes under GST. There are two schemes under GST. There are schemes. There are two schemes. First scheme is called as composition scheme. Second one is called as general scheme. Composition scheme and general scheme. Now, what do you mean by composition scheme and what do you mean by general scheme? If you talk about the composition scheme, this concept of composition scheme which got introduced to save small business people, to save the small business people. For example, you can take, if the businessman turnover is less than 1.5 crores, less than how much? 1.5 crores. He's called as a small businessman. After completion of BCom, you might become an entrepreneur. At that time, your business is too small. You can possible to go for the composition scheme. 1.5 crores. You are supposed to pay tax only 1%. You are supposed to pay tax 1%, not the 2%, not the 5%, not the 12%, not the 18%, not the 28%. If you are opted composition scheme, then you are supposed to pay 1% tax. The main intention behind here is to encourage the people to start the business or to start the industries, as well as to save small business people. The second one is called as general scheme. If you talk about general scheme, if the turnover is more than 1.5 crores, they can't possible to opt a composition scheme. They're forced to go for general scheme. If you talk about the general scheme, here the rate of tax which vary according to the product, which is ranging from 0 to 28. 0 to, for some product, the rate of tax is 0%, some products 2%, some product 5%, some product 12%, some product 18%, some product 28%. It depends upon the nature of the goods. Nature of the goods or nature of the goods which you are going to supply. You are going to supply. So this is the difference between the composition scheme and general scheme. If you talk about the composition scheme, you can possible to sell anything. You can possible to sell anything. There are some conditions I will discuss afterwards. But if you sell anything, you are supposed to pay 1% tax, whatever may be the product, except some product. I will tell you after some time. But if you talk about the general scheme, the rate of tax depends upon the product. There is a difference between general scheme and composition scheme. Now, I am going to discuss in detail about now composition scheme. Composition scheme. If we talk about the